Welcome to Hankins Custom Rifles and another episode of Hank's TV. Today's pretty nice outside. We decided to come down to the range, test fire a few guns. It's March the 5th, 2017, and it's probably about, it's in the 50s. I think it's supposed to get up to like 59 today. It's a little bit breezy, but I thought it was a good day to test fire a few guns. And the first one we've got on the bench here is a 6.5 by 284. Now this gun is built on a bat action. It's a left load, right eject, so it's dual port. It's got a 20 MOA Picatinny rail on here. The barrel is a Krieger barrel. It's a 1 1/8 twist, finished at 26 inches. It's a standard Remington Varmint contour. The stock that we used on this gun was a Richards Microfit. This was their Target thumb hole model, and this is what they call their tiger wood. It's a really pretty wood. I've done a lot of these lately in this tiger wood. For a long time, that's about the only color was available, was the tiger wood, because Rutland plywood burnt down, and unless you wanted some crazy color, they didn't have much to choose other than this tiger wood color. So we've got it done. It looks nice. It turned out excellent. I've got 12 coats of clear on here. This is a high gloss automotive clear coat that's been sanded between coats, polished and buffed. The scope that's on this rifle, that's my scope. That's a Night Force NXS 8 by 32. Just pretty much one of my slave scopes that I use to do some test firing with. And we want to shoot this gun today, and I haven't shot it yet. I just bore sighted it. Hopefully we got it on paper down there at 100 yards. What we're going to be shooting out of it today, we're kind of limited on choices of what we're going to shoot, but I've got some hand loads, and we've got 140 grain Sierra bullets, and we've got some 140 grain Burger bullets. The Sierras are loaded with 52 grains of Reloader 22, and the Burgers are loaded with 53 grains of Reloader 22. And we don't have very many of those to shoot even at that. I've only got 6 of the Burgers, and I've got 9 of the Sierras. So we've got enough to shoot a couple 3-shot groups. That ought to be enough to tell us whether or not this gun's going to shoot very well or not. When I loaded this box of shells, I loaded 100. I did 50 of the Burgers and 50 of the Sierras. I've got pretty accurate groups, pretty good groups with most of these, but the Reloader 22, I think we've got better options as far as powder choices goes out there on the 6.5 284 than the Reloader 22, but we're going to test it today and use what we got. That's just what we're going to have to do. So give me just a minute. I'm going to get my earplugs put in, and we'll be ready to start shooting this gun. Okay guys, since I've got a couple extra of the Sierra bullets, we're going to shoot those first to help get us on paper. If I got to do any major adjustments, we'll be shooting with the Sierras. So this gun's got a safety on it. It's got a bottom safety, jewel trigger. The safety is off. Make a little adjustment here and I'll be ready to shoot. Now the safety's off. Okay, I can see that bullet hole in the paper, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot 2 more, and then we'll adjust the scope. Okay guys, the first 3 shots are low and left, so I'm gonna make an adjustment and we'll shoot a couple more. But the very first group out of this gun, let's see, I'm gonna measure 3/8 of an inch or better. So that's the first time this gun's been fired, and already outstanding accuracy. So we can't hardly ask for much better than that. I know it'll only get better as it's been shot a few more times. So let's make some scope adjustments. And this next group will be up there closer to the bullseyes. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and shoot 3 more of the Sierra since they're shooting so good. Let's see if we can do another good group like that. Okay guys, that was looking really good. That last shot, I pulled that one out just a little bit. But we've got 2 groups already. It's a 1/2 inch or better. So we're gonna just wait 5 or 10 minutes, let that barrel cool down. I'm gonna shoot a group with these burgers, maybe 2 groups. And we're gonna call this gun done. It'll be ready to box up, ship it to the customer. Okay guys, we let the barrel cool down for 5 minutes or so. What we're going to shoot next is these 140 grain Burger VLDs. They're loaded with 53 grains of Reloader 22. And let's just see if they shoot any better or any worse than the Sierra bullet shot. And I'm probably just going to shoot these 3, and that'll be enough for the test for today on this gun. Okay guys, we got 2 in the same hole. One pulled off to the right just a little bit. I don't think the wind would have got us that much, but I guess it's possible. Could have gotten a gust or something. But it's still probably, let me guess at it here, 5/8 of an inch or so. So we're done with this gun, but I got another rifle that I want to show you that's built a lot like this rifle. They're both going to the same customer. So I'm going to leave this one on the bench, and I'm going to show you, get the other one out and show it to you at the same time. And it's called kind of a matching pair. Okay guys, I got the other rifle out here and I set it up on the bench. Now this gun is also built on a Richards microfit stock. It's a thumb hole target. It's the same stock that this one was built on, except it's a little bit different as far as the overall fit and feel of it goes, because no two of these stocks are ever going to turn out to be exactly the same. This one on the 284's got a wider forearm than this gun here. Other than that, they're pretty similar. This rifle is a 300 Winchester Short Magnum Varminter, is what it's been called. Richard Franklin started making these things years ago, and I don't know if he's the one that gave it that name or what, but it's a 300 Winchester Short Mag Varminter. We shoot a 125 grain bullet out of this gun at almost 30. This gun's shooting 3660. If you use Vitavori powder, I know we can get them up to 3800, but I don't have any powder to load that with right now. So what I've got loaded in this is Varget. I can't remember the grain weight that I put in here, but these rounds are Varget. 125 grain bullet at 3660 feet per second. This thing shoots really, really good. It's my personal rifle that I sold to this same guy right here, Mike Wilson. He bought this gun and he saw this one on my website and he wanted to buy it, so I priced it and he bought it. This gun's got a little bit of sentimental value to me because this gun right here has the longest shot for me that I've ever made on an animal. And I shot a deer at 593 yards in the head with this gun right here, and that was done on a bet. The guy told me I couldn't do it, and I told him range the animal, range it, tell me how far it is, and he did. And I dialed up. I got all my dope written right here on my scope. There's all my dope for the drops. I dialed it to 600 yards, which is 7.2 MOA, and I pulled the trigger, and the deer dropped dead or the mackerel. So I won the bet. He had to buy lunch, and then we had deer clean. But anyway, both these guns are going to get shipped to Mike Wilson, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy with both of these. While we're down here, I'm going to shoot this 300 Winchester Short Magnum a couple of times just to make sure that it's still sighted in. I haven't shot it in probably close to 3 years. It's been sitting in the cabinet. I've got some ammunition that I'm going to send him with the gun, so he'll have a few loads to play with. I used to shoot 125 grain Nosler ballistic tips out of it, and I ran across some Burger bullets. These are 125 grain Burger flat face bullets. Now Burger don't make that bullet anymore, so he'll have to go back to shooting the ballistic tips. But they did shoot really, really good, and I'm sure they're going to still shoot good. But we're going to put this gun up, and we're going to shoot the other one. This gun's a little bit heavier than the 6.5 284. It's built on a Hart barrel. It's a 1 in 15 twist. That's for shooting these lightweight bullets really, really fast. It could shoot up to about 135 grain bullet, but after you get heavier than that, you're going to have stability problems. You can shoot the 110 grain VMAX out of this gun at over 4,000 feet per second. If you guys out there that really like to see the devastation on groundhogs and prairie dogs and stuff like that, you shoot one of these, and it just turn them inside out. So we're going to look in the bore here, since it has been a while since I shot it. Make sure that the bore is nice and clean. The bolt is a Pacific Tool and Gauge bolt. It's got the diamond fluting on it. I've got a jewel trigger in here. It's got a bat trigger guard. Remington 700 blueprinted. Been a really nice gun for me, and I've shot quite a few critters with it. We're going to shoot at the same target. I'll shoot at the bottom 2 dots on this target down here, and here we go. Okay, we got 2 in the same hole. Now I'm going to move over and shoot the bottom dot on the right hand side of the target now. Okay, both them groups were pretty good. It's been a while since I shot this gun. I don't think the Burger bullets ever shot as good as the Nosler ballistic tips. Those 125 grain, them little boat tails, they shot so good out of this gun, it was unbelievable. But these still shot pretty good. We're gonna walk down, look at the target, and we'll be right back with you. All right, guys, we came down here to the target. I want to show you what we did here. And the first 3 shots that I fired out of this 6.5 284 went right here. And that's the tightest group of a whole bunch out of all of them. So might be the barrel got a little fouled, needs to be cleaned. I didn't clean it between any of these shots. All I did was let it cool down a little bit between the first and second group, or the second and third group, whatever it was. But here's our first group out of the 6.5 284, and that's going to measure, that's a 1/4 inch, or maybe a little over, but it's definitely not 5/16 yet. Then we went up here and I shot a group. This is the Sierra bullets. They shot pretty good. That's about, I'm going to say that's just a little over 1/2 inch if I had to measure it. I didn't bring a caliper with me. So about 1/2 inch here. We came up here and we shot this group with the burger bullets after the barrel had cooled for a few minutes, and now we've got a group here that's under 1/2 inch. We got 2 in the same hole, one pulled out here a little bit, and I called that gun, this gun is done. Now, just to go over this thing with you again real fast and let you see it in the sunlight, the bear in the shade just don't do it justice. The action's polished, the barrel's polished, the stock is polished. This thing is slick. It feels like a piece of glass in your hand. Everything works perfect. Bad actions are absolutely one of the best that you can buy. This is a 3-lug. I really like 3-lug actions. Got a cone bolt. Just set your cartridge in there and close the bolt, and it'll go right in every time. They shoot really good, and the guys out there at Bat Machine are super nice guys. If you ever need something from them, they usually take care of you pretty fast. If they've got parts in stock, they'll send them right out to you. So I guess that's enough about the 284. I'm going to show you the group that I shot with the 300 Winchester short magnum varminter. Here's my first group, and them's the first 2 bullets right there in the same hole, and then I pulled one, and that was my second group. And all 3 of them are touching, so that's just a ragged hole, and that's about 1/2 inch. That's probably a little under 1/2 inch. So we've got 2 guns going to Mike Wilson. They'll both shoot under 1/2 inch. I know that the 300 Varminter shoots much better than this with the right bullets and Vidivori powder, which is what I loaded out of it the first time around. And then when I loaded that last batch of shells, I didn't have any Vidivori. I used Varget. So you just got to play around a little bit sometimes, different gunpowders, different bullet lengths, and find out what works best in the particular gun that you've got. Now, I know you all have heard me say this before. I'm going to say it again. You can spend more money, but you can't buy a better rifle if you buy one from Hankins Custom Rifles. And this right here is proof. Right there, proof is in the pudding, so I used to say, or have been known to say. The proof is in the pudding. Right here it is. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would, please. Give me a thumbs up. If you don't like my videos, just don't watch them, but you don't have to do the old thumbs down thing. That's just being mean and nasty. So give me a thumbs up if you like them. If you don't like them, don't watch them. If you need anything, need a rifle built, give me a call. I can definitely put you in a great rifle that will shoot outstanding for less money than most of these other custom builders out there. So give me a call, Hankins Custom Rifles. Until next time, guys, y'all have a great day.